Okay, so I don't know what happened there, but it seems I lost my internet connection, and because of that, the the connection got broken, but thank God it's come back on. Okay, so we're back on again, and before we got disconnected, I was saying something about this level here. Unless price is able to breach that high, okay, I think we're gonna struggle. But once we breach it, this is the level I'm looking for in terms of targeting, right? So look for buys only after we go above this gap. If not, you're gonna get chopped up in here. All right. Aussie. Now Aussie is also playing up with me, but it's understandable. Even though I think the drawn liquidity is down here, we did create a swing low. So um, yesterday I did manage to get a scalp to drop down. I was looking for this low and that low, and then maybe come down here. It's still inside this auto block here, and then go back up, and that wasn't the case. This morning we can see price has shot up. In terms of where it's trying to go, it has reached the level that if I was going to buy, the level that I would have bought, it's basically this range 168, right? So I personally don't have anything on this, but it can go and take out this equal high and dip into that fair value gap there. Okay, I think that's what potentially right. If you look here, we have this low, this high, that low. This to me was a run on stops, right? But now it looks like it's actually closing above it. Okay, so the next target in my opinion will be this equal high. All right, so if you see any pullback, maybe in here we have 1 2 3 swing low, so inside this fair value gap, if we retrace back there, I think that can send price for the equal high. Right, I might go for that. Okay, now you also need to be careful because the current condition might not be suitable for in terms of buying with a stop loss below that. Just know because of the current condition, it can take out stops before moving in that direction, so be aware of that as well. Okay, that it can take out the stops before moving in that direction. So there you go. Dollar CAD, this was the trade we identified during the weekend. I actually didn't get an entry on this, which is a shame, but I think it's trying to reach for the equilibrium of this dealing range here, and once we do get to that 50%, I don't know what's gonna happen. So that's why I gave it to that 50%. Now if we're gonna go up from here, that's something else, but based on the higher time frame, it can trade all the way up to somewhere down here, and they've just given a big down candle in here, right? So we should see that gap stay, sorry, not gap, we should see this big candle stay like that. We don't want to see price trade above it. Okay, so you can extend this candle's low right here, and that can be a retracement level. That price can retrace to and continue going down, but not breach it. Okay, not go above it. Also, let's see, these candles, that candle's low, sorry, the open closing price of that candle can also be can also be a level to use for entry. Today is Tuesday, so be careful. If they want to go higher, it can reverse in here. So the condition right now is just trade with caution. That's all I can say. So if you're gonna look for retracement, just trade it with caution. It looks like we have a nice gap here, in here, which is inside this big down candle on the H4. So again, that can also be a level to anticipate. That will be for New York session. If we don't hit this level this morning and we see it pulling back, good level to anticipate a sell to go to the ultimate target, which is this one here. Let's go to the Euro Pound and show you what I've been doing. This is the one I've been trading this morning. Like I said, I've been looking for price to go and attack this high since this day. So since Friday, I've been looking for price to go and attack this high, and we had a big move yesterday. Right, so today I was expecting the same thing. Now I had two levels that I was watching for landing this morning, and one of them did get hit, so I keyed up from that level for a push to the upside. So the level that I was watching, small gap there for the low, or let me go to the 15 minutes, or this one here. So those were the two levels I was anticipating the low of today to form. Okay, and then you can see it happened that it hit that one. So on the 5 minutes chart, it broke market structure. Okay, so this is what I'm currently in, playing with that right here. And I actually shared this in the group chat, in the VIP members. So look for a buy here with a stop there, and then go and target that high. Okay, this is why I sent that trade. So if you're wondering why I did send that Euro Pound trade, this is the reason why. Okay, because we keyed off from this level, broke higher, and it left that gap. Okay, so using that gap to send price higher. I'm currently in that one. Let's see how that plays out. Okay, if I'm wrong, New York session, I'll be using this one here, and then see if this one will also provide some reaction to take us to that high. I want to see this high taken. Okay, gold, I'm currently not doing anything on gold. I don't know what it's trying to do. I have no idea. If I tell you I know, then I'm kidding. I have no idea. But my higher time frame bias is to the downside. Okay, but right now I don't know what he's trying to do. Okay, so I'm sitting on my hands on gold and not actually even doing analysis on it. I didn't do anything going into the weekend. The trade that we got here last week to trade to close in this gap, that was all I did, and then that's it. Since then I've not done anything, right? If you know what it's trying to do, you tell me and I'll actually participate in it, right? If you guys have an idea of what gold is trying to do, tell me and then I'll actually participate in it, because right now I'm scratching my head on gold. Oil has been a good one. Oil, we anticipated a buy in here to go up to this candle's low. And so far so good. It's on course. So I actually didn't get any trade yesterday. I did send a trade idea on this to look for a buy here to trade up to that level, and we did not get an entry. I was anticipating maybe landing session to pull back to give us that, and that wasn't the case. So it looks like it will reach our TP without us, and that's fine. In the afternoon, sorry, not afternoon, late, which I don't trade during that time, but I saw this here. Okay, now oil is my pet pair, love trading it. So I saw this here, and if not because of time of the day, I would have taken it as a trade. Why? Because we had 1, 2, 3, and then price breaks and then pulls back to this gap. Okay, take note of this pattern here. 3 drives, break structure, imbalance. If it pulls back, you're buying. You do the same thing on the upside. 3 drives to the upside, breaks down, imbalance, pulls back, you sell short. Okay, but because of time of the day, I just basically watched it and I took notes, or I took the trade in my journal. Not actually taking the trade, I recorded it in my journal. Okay, so oil should reach 112.60. That's what we're expecting. Let's go to Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin, yesterday we talked about the fact that we've hit this and it's going to trade down here and then potentially down here as well, and that is going to provide a bounce, and that can also provide a bounce. We do have the same example in here where we have 1, 2, 3 drive and then price breaking up. So if it does pull back, okay, that will be a good buying opportunity for scalping purposes, obviously not for long term, but you can look at small little gap here and then this one. They're very close, so you can use both of them with your stop being below here, and then your first TP is going to be the retracement level, wherever price is going to retrace to. Okay, the high that will be left, that's what you're going to use as your target. So let's say price starts dropping from here. You're working. Let's say price starts dropping from here to that level, then that will be a target. Okay, if it starts dropping from here, then that's going to be a target. Okay, And I presume that would be the same for Ethereum, right? I like this one on Ethereum. I like this one here. So if it does pull back, I think maybe it might pull back from here. If it does pull back from there, that's where you're gonna be buying. Target up there. Stop can be below this candle's low. We don't want to see it go below that. Not even this one. We don't want to see it go below that one. Okay, so that's what you're looking for on this. Let me go back and check my euro pound to see what it's doing. Nice. Now let me talk a little bit about this on the 1 minute chart, because this is what I saw for me to take the trade. In case you're wondering, again, you know, I like details. This consolidation, accumulation, 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 and then it reverses up here. So distribution, distribution, and then here, if we are going to go up, it should be here, right here. So that's exactly where I bought it. Okay, and as it's coming down, you also notice that distribution here, and then run down. So this run down gets taken out here. That's a breaking market structure with a little gap and this order block here, back at that same level. Okay, and then it went. So we should see it go, and now the kind of candle I want to see go above this should be aggressive. I want to see some large range candle, okay, take that high out, because if it does that, then we are on course for price reaching for that high time frame level that I gave my guys up here. Okay, it's a weekly high, so I want like some big range candles attacking this high. Okay, and our draw is up here. That will give us, or that will give me confidence that we're gonna actually get there. Okay, so that's the backdrop of why I took this trade here. Check the 15 minutes time frame. Yeah, so far so good. Check the one the 4 hour. Yeah, we will see. Okay, now that we're done with this, let's go on to over here and see what we've got. Now, the last 2 weeks, last week and this week, the yen pair has absolutely murdered us in terms of the trade ideas that we were looking for. I personally, because I'm the one providing them, all the sell ideas that I gave on the yen pairs didn't play out as I was expecting it, and I've not given up on the sell on the yen pairs. Why? Let's go to here and go to Japanese yen. In my opinion, yen should be trading up here. Okay, now if we don't go up this afternoon, I'll be really shocked, because we are trading back inside discount relative to the current range here. right? I didn't want to see them come all the way down here. There's a 1 hour order block here, that high, that level there. That's where price reacted off from, right? And then it came back down again. So now that they are below this candle's low, which is an important candle, I think it's gonna trade down here. But once we get there, I want to see a quick sudden run back up here, and that, my friends, will send these bad boys down. Okay, so stay alert, because over the weekend I did my analysis, and this was what I was seeing, that we could come back down again. Now, because we've started a new week, maybe it's trying to push for manipulation of the week, because you can see this is the open price on Monday. Ignore Asian session, okay? It's opening price on Monday, and then prices started going up. So we've had no trading to the downside since the week started, right? So I'm seeing this here as manipulation. Admittedly, yesterday I gave a sell up in this bearish order block here, because we did run Friday's high and then gave up the ghost, and price traded back into this. So I gave a sell there, and they decided to be one of my friends would say, they decided to be, a biatch. They decided to be like that and then send it above it. So I'm seeing this as a potential manipulation for the week, and then we could see it trade down. So right now what I'm watching is how the yen is going to trade in here. Okay, now if you're asking why do I think it's going to go up, it's because we've taken out the short-term high with that massive candle right here, right? So I'm seeing all this as a pullback, and they'll come back here and then there, and that will generate some speed to the downside on this. So just be patient. I know we took 2 losses on this, one being here and then one being on the Swiss yen, right? But even if you look at the Swiss yen, right, it's a really nice market maker sell model in anticipation. Okay, you can see it. For those of you that have been around me, I'm always drawing it so you can see it. Okay, consolidation, pop, accumulation, pop, accumulation. So at some point we're gonna get the distribution, and if it doesn't happen this afternoon, tomorrow, or maybe during Asian session, it will happen, and then you can trade it back to this low and this one. All right, so that's that. So apart from this, everything else is good. Had a very decent entry on this one here. All of these were shared on Monday. I shared this, I shared that, and this one, for those of you that took it, actually sent a message at 3 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I don't like sleeping. I slept early. I went to bed like 10. That's how early I went to bed. So I woke up like 2 a.m. So when I woke up, I saw this candle down here. So I sent a message in the group at exactly 3:13. So 3:13 will be here. And I told them to pay themselves. Okay. Pay yourself. That's what I said. Why did I say that? Because we've had this imbalance in here holding price. Oh, that auto block is an imbalance on the high time frame. this one here, is holding price. So the fact that we've managed to come back down to it again, you might want to pay yourself. All right, but the narrative is still the same, similarly to what I said on Aussie yen and Swiss yen. We are waiting for this bad boy. Okay, so it's either you position yourself now in anticipation, because when it does it, probably it might not give a pullback, because the yen likes to do that. Okay, let's go back to this. It might do something like this, boom, boom, and give no pullback. All right, so as the narrative is there, if you want to position yourself, just give yourself enough room for the trade to breathe, or you can watch it on the 5 minutes time frame and then trade as soon as you see this bad boy hit that level, and then it starts giving a reaction or a 1 minute breaking market structure, and then you come onto those yen pairs and then you start looking for your entry. Okay, and Swiss yen, CAD Swiss, I'm interested in a buy down here. It's actually on the 1 hour time frame down here. That's why I'm interested in a buy. If we do get here, I'm looking for a run above previous week's high. Okay, that's my drawn liquidity, but I'm hunting for a buy. I'm looking for it down here. Now if we make a new high above this, then maybe I might look doesn't look great on there for I still like that level, even though maybe price might not get there, because if we make a new high, we have to deal with this high and this low and the high that will be formed. But it doesn't have any decent level that I would love to use as an entry, so maybe I'll let it go and then find something else to trade. All right, and then finally let's go to the indices. My drawn liquidity is on the S&P 500 4,000. I think it's gonna trade to 4,000. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. Price to go to not today, this week. They have taken break market structure, so New York session should be retracement and then expansion to the upside. That's what I'll look for. Today is Tuesday and they've put in a low, taking this short-term high, so I'll think we're gonna continue going up. Okay, and on the daily time frame, this will be just one down candle reaccumulation, and then we see a pop, and then maybe another reaccumulation. So maybe they might get up and then one more down candle and then up, and then up here, potential rejection to come back to attack this low. So drawn liquidity 4,000, and you're looking for a buy in New York session. Nasdaq drawn liquidity is 12351. So if you trade the Nasdaq 12351, that's the next drawn liquidity. And then the US 30, this candle's low, I'll use that as a draw on liquidity. Right, also with all that I said, just pull the fib, okay, and you see optimal trade entry on all of them. the ones that are yet to reach optimal trade entry. That's the one you wanna trade. So this one and that one. Nasdaq has already reached 618 here, so maybe you might wanna leave that alone and then focus on these two. Okay. All right, so that's me done. Any questions? Any questions so far, or any pair that you want me to look at? Let me know, and then I'll look at it for you. Okay, cool. I guess there's no question, so I'm gonna end here. I'm just gonna chill and read some books and leave the market alone and come back in New York session. Hopefully something will form. So enjoy your rest of your morning, or afternoon or evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. For those of you on YouTube, on Thursday